giving you a title. The title of this is called The 3C's.
3C's?
The 3C's, the letter C. Okay, good morning, Evelyn. Hope you're feeling better. The idea here is that anything I say can and should be used against me as I give this presentation to you.
The 3C's?
Like this? No.
Yeah, you're taking notes on what I say.
Like this.
I don't care how you do it, as long as you do it. Okay, so let me start off with what the 3C's stand for and what it's for, okay? But if you do these three things, you will be successful. So the C3 equals success. C cubed. Don't you guys have that in math?
No.
C cubed equals success. There are 3C's. All right, the first word that I'm going to talk about today is commitment. The second word I'm going to talk about today is communication. And the third word I'm going to talk about is chemistry. Commitment, communication, and chemistry. All right, so let me start with commitment versus its opposite, and that is the word interest. Commitment versus interest. A farmer went out to his shed to pick up some food. He went to the hen house to get eggs because the hen was interested. He went to the hog farm to get bacon because the pig was committed. You get that? Hope you got that. The hen lays eggs. The hen has interest in making the farmer happy. The pig, however, gets slaughtered because the pig is committed and gives up part of his body. That's the difference between commitment and interested. Okay. I'm loving the looks on the faces of my class here, Evelyn. They are all looking like, what in God's name is he talking about? All right, so let me tell you about interest. Okay? Interest means you have a desire to participate. There is intrigue. You would like to succeed, but that person normally, if he's just interested, isn't willing to take the extra step. Therefore, that person gets complacent. Ooh, another C word. Complacency. Complacency is like a lukewarm bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Or if that doesn't make sense to you, a bowl of chicken noodle soup that has sat on the counter in your kitchen for 3 days with no cover on it. It's like pond scum. Pond scum. That person is satisfied with the level and doesn't really want to do anything to get better. Sorry. When I'm done, you can have questions. All right? The person who's committed, however, is never satisfied. The person who's committed tells this individual that I will get better. No, that's not right either. I'm going to be the best version of myself. And when things cause adversity, which is, you know what adversity means? Adversity means something that gets in the way of my success. The interested person quits, which is the easiest thing to do in the English language. Did you know that? People don't care if you quit. Not like they did when I was, you don't get the big L on your forehead anymore. People go, it's okay. something else will work out, you know. But the committed person, on the other hand, becomes dedicated to the cause and looks for solutions to the adversity. If you've lost 7 in a row, you are either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And if you're committed, you will be part of the solution. Make sense? Flynn, does that make sense? Makes sense, doesn't it? Losing becomes a habit, just like winning does. Anybody can perform when you're winning. It's fun. But when you lose or you fail, which is where you should learn more than anything, if you're committed, then you end up doing what is necessary to make things better. Therefore, commitment is far more important than interest. And the committed person learns to do what is necessary to get things done. The committed person learns to do what is necessary to get things done. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, B, the second C, is communication. And we already know what the communication is, isn't it? The giving and receiving of signals. You see, it's the number 1 factor. You see, if you expect people to be committed, then it stands to reason that that person needs to understand what communication is. And this is normally when things don't go well. We normally communicate in what I would call non-committal words or fashion. Face. Things like that. Stick your tongue out. Or you yell at someone for no reason. Or someone yells at you for no reason because that person doesn't know how to communicate either. You share, what you should do is say, okay, how can we get this done? Because in a situation where you're in a group, it's not about me. If you want to be a me person, get off a team. Get off a squad. Get off a group. Get out of a group. Because therefore you have no one else to answer for than you. Than is you. So you share ideas. You share criticisms. You share philosophies. And I know that when I was coaching, I wasn't really all that good on some people. I would want it to be a one-way street. I've learned that once there's a culture, the communication will get better. But that's something, and I've always believed this. If I give a young person a reason to succeed or give them a cause, they're going to figure it out. They're going to go out and perform and get to the best part of their ability. But you have to learn the word. This is a D word now. I'm throwing this in there. It's discipline. You have to learn discipline. And the discipline, Evelyn, is something that's done for someone, not to someone. I'm going to say that again. It's something that's done for someone, not to someone. So, you want to be a communicator? What has to happen is you want to give those people a reason to succeed, not a reason to fail. I know of a coach right now that win or lose, yells at her team. If they've won, they didn't play well enough, and if they lose, they suck. That ain't getting it done. That's not how. If you give someone a challenge, you communicate a challenge, they'll respond. And so what you do in a communication is you tell them how to improve. How do you get better? Then you have to be willing to do what is communicated to you. And so you guys aren't the age yet where you get to give the orders. You're the ones who are getting the reception. It's like teaching and coaching and everything else like that. And then everyone needs to understand his or her role. Not anybody can be the boss. Not everybody gets to be the leader. Some of them, there are two people. There's sheep and there's shepherds. You're either going to be a sheep or a shepherd. They're both great. You got to have both of them. You see, it's tough to be a shepherd because it normally falls back on you. And some people can't handle that. Some people say, I expect you to be a leader, and you're not leading. So why don't you become a sheep then? We'll let somebody else be the leader. Let someone else be the shepherd. And you may go, well, I want to, well, you got to do. You got to communicate. All right. The final C, this is going to work out perfectly, is chemistry. Chemistry is the ability and the willingness, to work together. So really, you want to know what it really is? It's the A word. Now we have another alphabet letter. Oh my gosh. Attitude. This is the most important ingredient. Your approach. I love using this line. I used it you guys in August. I'll use it today. Be someone who wants to be motivated. Be someone who wants to be taught. Be someone who wants to be coached. Be someone. So you ask, I got some questions here. Do you believe in yourself? That's a very tough question to answer because so many people criticize you negatively. You don't do this, you don't do that. You got to do it. You got to do it better. Get it. Show me. Show me how. If they show you how and you still don't do it, either you are uncoachable or inept. I hope it's the first one. If you're inept, then you're not going to get coached twice. And here's the question that we've asked in 8th grade, and we do this. Do you believe in what you're trying to do? Are you going to do things the way they were meant to be done? Do you have no regrets? You can always, you know what? You can always give a great effort. Right? You can always give a great effort. That doesn't cost anything. That doesn't take any prep. All that does is I see him and I see him. I want to give the same type of effort they do. If I don't, then am I cheating? Yeah, I'm cheating. Okay. All right. Finishing this up in 2 minutes. Commitment, communication, chemistry equals culture. You get people working together, sharing ideas, dedicated to seeing a worthy cause through, regardless of the odds. And if you do that, kids, if you do that, then success comes naturally. You don't worry about the success because those 3 things are more important. Culture leads to success. Communication, commitment, chemistry equals culture, arrow points to success. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, what you get to do with this is, you go through it and you're going to explain it to someone who did not hear this. See? And if there's something you don't agree with, then you have to prove it wrong. If it's something you do agree with, you have to use your notes for support. So now you really have a lot of the pre-writing already done. Okay? So, tomorrow when you get here, don't do the pre-writing yet. All you need to do is take step 1, step 2. Audience and approach. What are you going to do? Who's the audience? And are you going to explain this? Or are you going to persuade someone? One of those two things. Okay? Any questions? Evelyn, hope to see you tomorrow.